We are 2 days away from cycling 4,000 kilometers from Bangkok all the way to Shanghai, and we want to take you along what we are actually doing in order to prepare for this mega trip. Now, we went out, we got everything, I believe, that we could possibly need, and I'm very sure that this could have been done a lot cheaper and also a lot more expensive. But here's exactly what we did. We're going to show you everything that we bought, and at the end, we're going to also show you how much money we spent in order to achieve all of these things. So let's maybe start with the obvious. We have kind of laid it out here on the floor everywhere. Let's start with the obvious. We got 2 helmets and 2 dry bags there because we were thinking if we cycle and it starts raining, our laptops, our camera gears, our chargers and so on will definitely get very, very wet and probably destroyed. So that's why we have dry bags. We have some cycling gloves for Luke and for myself, a toolbox and some things here basically to repair in case we have a flat tire. So this is just in case of, for example, having a hole in our tires. This is in case everything goes wrong, basically. And we also bought ourselves 2 new crossbody bags because I don't even have one anymore and Luke's was way, way too small. So we decided that Luke wanted to buy a little bit of a bigger one, basically, where you can put absolutely everything inside of.
This crossbody bag is amazing. So I've been looking for one for a long time, but usually the majority of the crossbody bags are like half the size of this one, if even. Some of them are really small. And this one has like a serious amount of space. So we can literally we could fit drinks, we could fit extra batteries for our cameras, we can fit electrolyte packets in there that we can mix in with our water, everything. I can even have like my passports, all that's good stuff strapped onto my chest just in case I need to reach for it at any time. So this is a big, big bonus, and it's very, very cost effective as well.
Yeah, I'm sure you could even fit this entire camera.
Yeah, 100%.
Into it, basically, yeah.
So the camera that we have 2 of these cameras, just so you guys are aware. We've got 2 of these DJI Action 4 cameras. Little, easy 4K shooting cameras. They're amazing. DJI, it's a Chinese company, so it is definitely our favorite camera company and one that we use the most. We did use GoPro for a while. We had Sony for a while as well. Sony is incredible, very expensive, and it was a very heavy camera. GoPro, to be honest, is garbage, so we kind of just threw our GoPro away after like about a year of using it because it just overheats. And we also have some extra gadgets to go along with us with these cameras. Speaking
about camera gear, it's probably smart to also speak about how we are going to record. So Luke basically is going to use this chest strap.
Yep.
But it's a chest strap and also a back strap, so you can kind of film both ways if you wanted to. And I have a small little plasticky thing, kind of like a tripod that you can attach to the handlebar, but we're going to show you that downstairs when we show you our bicycles.
Yeah, we also got our bikes as well, so we literally just got them delivered there basically yesterday. So this is going to be part and parcel of what goes on our bikes. Now this here was the original saddle that came on both of our bikes. We both got the exact same bike, exact same size and everything. And this is the saddle that originally came with it. Now this is not going to be very comfortable, especially after cycling like a couple 100 to 1,000 kilometers or so. So what we decided to do is swap out this one for a new saddles, which has gel cushioning.
Yeah, it's a gel saddle. It's a little bit wider, so I assume it will be more comfortable to sit on, and it's also a little more forgiving, let's say it like that. But we're not only gonna use these types of saddles, we also got ourselves some very, very sexy biking shorts, which basically has cushioning.
Yeah, you've got cushioning
in the shape of a saddle in your bottom. It kind of, like when you put these on, it kind of feels a little bit like you're wearing a diaper. But
much, yeah.
I'm sure we will be thankful along the way when we can use this. By the way, also when we speak about the camera gear, of course, we will bring along all of our batteries. We have
power banks.
So in terms of navigation for on the way, each of us has a power bank so that we definitely will not run out of energy or out of power along the way. And we also have 2 external drives for storage of our video footage, because I'm sure we won't be editing videos every single evening, so you do need a little bit of storage, and I think we are like maybe 1.5 terabyte right now in terms of storage, so that will hopefully last us as long as possible.
100%. And in terms of this equipment here, dry bags, incredibly important. Helmets, obviously, for safety. That's the main reason that we got these ones, and they seem to be pretty sturdy. The gloves as well is super important, because not a lot of people are doing these types of trips. There is some, but the people that have done a long distance cycling trip will know that, I'm sure, your hands are going to get tired from gripping onto the handlebars. And also, if you go off-road, your hands are going to be shaking a lot against the handlebars. So the gloves, I think, are essential, especially when it comes to wrist and hand pain. This little thing here is really cool too. So this is like a little air pump, transportable air pump. So we're going to definitely need this along the way if we happen to deflate our tires at some point. Hopefully not.
And these ones are really nice because you can see how much bar, how much PSI you have in your tires, so you're not going to overfill the tires basically. And then we also have chain lubricant.
Chain lubricant, also very important, you never know. So this stuff here is kind of the essential, I guess, repairing stuff and health stuff. They also have a zinc cream that we got ourselves, which we're going to try and apply to our skin just to try and prevent ourselves from burning. And also if we get bruised, because I'm sure at some stage along the way one of us is going to fall. It's just inevitable, hopefully not. But if we do, and when we do, the zinc cream will hopefully come in handy for that.
In terms of toiletries as well, we have swapped out all of our liquid stuff for soap bars basically. So we have 1 soap bar, 1 shampoo and 1 conditioner that are kind of in this hard condition, because obviously carrying a liter bottle of a shampoo is not really an option for this, because we won't have enough space, and it's also way too heavy. And then I kind of put just antihistamines here just to show like all of the medicine that we're going to take with us basically. Wet wipes for obvious reasons. We're going to try and keep lots and lots of these electrolyte type of beverages with us, because we will be sweating a lot. Tiger balm for the sore muscles, and hydrogen peroxide in case we will fall. And well, this one is kind of the ball that I bring everywhere for muscles that are a little bit crampy, and of course other toiletries such as a toothbrush and whatever, but that's obvious.
Now in terms of storage, so you're probably wondering, are you going to wear backpacks on the bike, or what way are you going to carry your stuff? And this is the way we're going to be carrying it. So these bags here are basically going to be sitting on the frame of our bike. If you can imagine, my arm is the frame here on the back. And these 2 bags come together as one unit. We bought them from Decathlon as well. It's called ELOPS, which I think is really funny. But it's 15 liters. So this one here is 15, this one here is 15. We've got 2 of these. The other one is down on Naomi's bike downstairs. But 30 liters of storage each. That's pretty amazing. We haven't done a trial pack yet of the stuff that we're going to bring, but we're going to do that today probably. We're going to be cutting down, once again, we're going to be cutting down the stuff that we own. So when we first started traveling almost 4 years ago now, we cut about 85% of our possessions out of our life. Now, the possessions that we have, which is way less than 4 years ago, we're going to be cutting a further, probably 50 or 60% down less of what we have, and we already have very little stuff. So right now, in terms of total luggage that we have, it's 17 kilos in 1 suitcase. So we both share 1 suitcase as of right now, which we will be throwing out and basically putting it all into these. Now the plan as of right now is to travel for 3 days, and on the 4th day stop, do laundry,
edit and so on. So we are thinking to bring 4 t-shirts each and 3 pairs of pants, and then of course like underwear and stuff like that, but that's kind of obvious, like nothing that you have to talk about.
And one pair of shoes each. So we quite literally will only have the shoes that are on our feet, a few pairs of shorts, and maybe 3 or 4 t-shirts, and that will be it for our possessions. That will be all that we own in terms of what's with us. So I don't think it's you can't really go much more minimalist. We're going to be living off of our bicycles for the next 3 to 5 months, and obviously any accommodations that we find along the way, that's where we will be resting our heads. But enough showing this.
Yeah.
Let's go and show you guys our bicycles.
Because we have just swapped out the saddles, let's just go and attach these to our new bicycles.
Let's do it. Gotta squeeze. Ugh.
Nice elbow.
Yeah. Obviously, something that we bought as well just there was some bike locks. Now these are 2 of the exact same ones. So these are these cool like stretchy ones that you can just pull and stretch through the frame and the tires, just so there's a lot less likelihood that your bike will get snatched. Now we're going to be obviously leaving our bikes in some very random places all throughout rural Thailand and Laos and Vietnam and China, so you never know what sort of people are going to be in those parts. I think the majority of it is going to be totally fine, and where we can, we're going to try and bring the bikes as close as possible to where we're sleeping. And I'm sure a lot of the places along the way, there will be people that are doing probably similar trips, or maybe backpacking as well along similar routes as we're doing it. So I'm sure that they're going to be well used to seeing crazy white people like us showing up on bicycles or with backpacks.
I do think as well that if people do want to steal your bicycles, they're gonna just do it with like some sort of a tool. So it's just kind of like the first deterrent for people that just want to wheel your bicycle away. That's all that it is, probably.
Are we ready for the big reveal?
Let's go!
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
So both of these beauties, it's both the exact same bike. This is called the Riverside 500 from Decathlon. This is the BT Win. That's the brand, I guess, that they're rocking with. So this is the actual bike itself. It is a touring bike. Very, very beautiful in my opinion. I love the color that we decided to go for. I think they had like a couple different colors like blue and whatever, but this is the one that we decided to order from them. And this is how the bags that I was just talking about, when they sit on the frame, this is exactly how they look once they're loaded up. So we're going to have all of our stuff loaded in here, and this is pretty much how it's going to carry the stuff. And this thing is also a really cool gadget.
Yeah, so this is the bag that we have in the front, which is kind of the size of the palm of my hand. You can basically put your phone here in the front for navigation, and you can still use it through this little foil. And then on the side, you can either put maybe some documents, or if you wanted to, you could put some repair stuff, or whatever you need in close proximity and fast reachable, basically. And we also have a little bottle holder that we ordered extra because gotta stay hydrated, right?
Gotta drink your water.
You gotta drink your water. And we decided to go for touring bikes instead of mountain bikes because the tires are a lot thinner, which basically means that you will have less friction, which makes it easier to cycle long distances. And also the frame is a little bit lighter than it would be on a mountain bike. And the majority of mountain bikes, you cannot attach these things.
Yeah.
And we needed to carry all of our belongings around, basically. And here you are as well able to see my setup for the camera. So you will basically be kind of looking at me this way. Hopefully not straight into my nostrils because I feel like it's a little bit low. But at least I will be able to kind of show you what is happening around us without having to remove my hands from the handlebar, because I assume, depending on where we are, that might be a dangerous type of a situation.
Yeah, but this is the biking setup that we're going to be working with all the way from Bangkok to Shanghai. This is what we have. So let's hope that they're going to be trusty companions. This, by the way, the bikes themselves are 9 speed, so they've got 9 gears from 1 up to 9. We tested these bikes out just yesterday. We took them out and cycled around Bangkok, and we had a little bit of a taste test as to what cycling around Bangkok is going to be like. And let me tell you something, I'm not looking forward to starting this challenge, because Bangkok is, for a cyclist, an absolute nightmare. We saw one cycle lane, and then the rest was basically us running up and down skywalks trying to avoid traffic, or quite literally cutting in front of like giant trucks and crazy taxi drivers. So it's going to be an eventful start to this trip.
Yeah, the first day kind of that we're leaving Bangkok will be the most difficult, I suppose, especially because for the navigation as well, if you're looking at Google Maps, there's no bicycle option, so it's either walking includes the skywalks, or car, and car includes expressways. So neither of those options are actually suitable. We have downloaded a few different other apps like Maps.me and so on, and Apple Maps, which we are going to try along the way to see what is the most suitable for a bike. But we will let you know when we find that out, I guess.
And now, something that probably a lot of you are interested in: the grand total of what we spent. Cool, really cool transition, huh? Anyways, the grand total of what we spent.
Drum roll.
It's actually a really creepy number. It's €888.58. So 88858. Now, if you are someone who's a little bit like linked to the spiritual world, that's a pretty cool number. I think it signifies that we're going to have plenty of good fortune. Probably, I'm sure, a lot of crazy mishaps and misfortune as well. But that's the total. We spent just under €1,000 basically, give or take. So it's not a small amount of money, but the whole idea of this is that we're going to challenge ourselves. We're going to go across some really nice countries. We're going to show you guys some incredible things along the way, as well as hopefully giving you some amazing videos. And we're going to get back to one of our favorite countries, which is China, as well. And we're hopefully going to spend significantly less money as well along the way, because we're going to just basically survive off of what we find.
Exactly, €888. It's a lot of money, but considering that for the next 4 months, I mean, obviously we have to get to China, and then we also have to get away from China afterwards, obviously. So let's say that money is covering about the next probably 6 months of travel expenses that we would usually have. So if you think about, okay, right now we're in Bangkok, from Bangkok to China and back for 2 people, that would already be probably around $500, including luggage or something like that. Maybe a little bit more depending on where in China you're going. If you're just going to like the Guangzhou province, which is relatively close to Thailand, it would be a little bit less. If you're going further to the north, it would be probably a little bit more. So, and then we're also going to see Laos, Vietnam, which is like, and all the entire Isan region as well. So I think €888 is not that much considering what we would usually spend on getting around the area, taxis, airport shuttles, and so on. And we also bought everything brand new, which was a decision that we made. I mean, we could have probably gotten everything secondhand if we wanted to in Bangkok, but it would have been a lot more difficult and a lot more time consuming. And also we are both very, very tall people, so it would be difficult to, for example, find frames and tires that are suitable for our height. So I think overall we made a very good decision. We made very good decisions generally. And our main point where we sourced all of these things is Decathlon here in Thailand, because they have all of the suitable sizes for Farangs like us as well.
Plus, we have Decathlon situated all along the way So if we have an issue with our bikes, we're going to be able to stop. Now, we're not sponsored by Decathlon. I wish we were. That would be pretty amazing. So if anybody is watching from Decathlon, reach out to us, because we're going to be stopping along the way in many different stores, I'm sure, to check up on our bike and to see if it needs anything, or if it does actually need something fixed. That's where we're going to be going, and they have them all over China. I think they have them in Vietnam. I'm not sure about Laos. Laos is not very developed in most places, and we're not really going to be going through any cities in Laos. But we'll see. We'll see what happens in terms of the countries and the pit stops and the pitfalls and that type of stuff. But the next time that you see us, we're going to be on the road, on the bikes, and making our way towards China at a very slow pace.
The checks that Decathlon offers, by the way, are for free as well. So, like, in case you have any problems, and we're just happen to be cycling in the vicinity of Hanoi or Saigon or wherever, you could just literally bop into any larger Decathlon shop and they would just do it for free, like do the checkup. So that's good.
Really handy. But for now, my name is Luke.
My name is Naomi.
We are the Two Mad Explorers.
And this is your reminder to keep exploring.
And we'll see you guys on the road, on the way to China very soon.
So nervous. Khop kun for watching. Thank you.
See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.